Hey guys, welcome to the Wedding Vendors Happy Hour with your hosts, Derek and Jade.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in and welcome to episode number 19 of the Wedding Vendors Happy Hour. Again, my name is Derek with DP Films Productions.
My name is Jade with Justice Promised Events. Today we chat with Josh from Tap Trucks, a collection of super cool vintage trucks converted into a mobile bar service.
That's right. This is going to be one great episode. So grab a drink, take a seat, and let's get to it. Yo, what's going on, Josh?
What's up, baby? How are you, man? Long time no talk.
Yeah, no kidding. It's been a little journey trying to get you on, but we're super stoked. And dude, you're in the process of moving. How's that going?
I'm literally standing in an empty house right now, just kind of going through, and that's actually why we've been having this back and forth little scheduling difficulty. So
Totally
my apologies
understandable.
there.
No worries.
A lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of moving parts, even despite with COVID, our company on a nationwide level is still growing, and actually heading up to the Northwest. So get to spend some time up north of Seattle for the summer, kind of kickstarting another location for our national brand.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, that's super exciting.
Yeah.
Before we get more into that subject, let's start this podcast off.
Yeah.
Let's start this podcast off just by you telling us, about your company, what you do, and how long you've been doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to kind of freestyle because this is improv, but our company as a whole, I mean, we're obviously, everyone knows us as the Tap Trucks, the beer guys, but we do everything, any kind of beverage catering. I mean, from beer, wine, cider. I mean, we specialize in draft systems. So anything, that we can push with nitrogen, with CO2, with different gas blends, and then also cocktails and different things like that. From alcoholic to non-alcoholic, we just provide a really cool service, a premier service that we roll up with our staff, our trucks. Our custom bar that we put out in front of the truck, our menu boards, everything like that. So we're a full service company, that we specialize in everything from A to Z when it comes to liquid.
Nice. And take us back to the beginning. How long have you been doing this, and how did you initially come up with the idea for Tap Trucks?
Yeah, that's a really good question, you guys. Seriously, I'm really excited to kind of tell you guys some more, just to kind of bring some light and just kind of go over that.
Yeah.
So two of my buddies actually started this company. They actually dreamed up this idea, the co-founders of Tap Trucks. The founders, two of them, Taylor and Corbin, down in San Diego. So Corbin has a barbecue restaurant. This guy is like the ultimate barbecue king. Like, seriously, everybody in San Diego knows him. So they're out doing weddings and, catering everything, doing farmers markets, and they would literally always see people out there just like serving beer, in bottles and cans and with kegs foaming up and all this different stuff. So they literally they dreamt up the idea one day as they're working a wedding, something to that extent, and that's when Tap Truck was the idea was born. So they actually kicked off the very first Tap Truck in 2016 down in San Diego. I was introduced to them in 2017, just 6 months after they started their first truck, and my location was the first one outside of San Diego. So we brought Tap Truck to the Central Coast, and super exciting. I built that truck myself. I found it up in a field in Santa Rosa, and we partnered. So this was something that we came together on, and we brought their idea up to the Central Coast. And since then, I became the head of licensing for Tap Truck USA. I helped set up new territories, just like we did with San Luis Obispo. So I partnered with these guys, and it's just been like a complete, it's just been a wild ride. Absolutely. We're up to about 60 trucks now nationwide.
Wow.
Also Canada and Mexico. So
That's crazy awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool, dude. I didn't know it was only in 2016. You guys are still young bloods, dominating.
And grown so
Dude.
fast.
Super young. Like, we just have to always remind ourselves that we're still in the startup phase. I mean, we haven't taken on any funding. We're literally doing this all ourselves. Taylor and Corbin chartering out San Diego. I mean, that's our straight up hub. And then we got Tap Truck Slow, helping lead the way with different things as well. And I mean, we got guys on the East Coast doing this, and it's just absolutely blowing up. Last year, I mean, right before the end of 2019, we sent our first truck to Canada. I actually shipped it up to. I have some family up northwest, so I sent the truck up there, and it was ready for pickup. So the guy we sold the location to, he's just such a rad guy, and he came down and he met actually my grandparents, and they did the exchange and everything there with the truck, and it was totally cool. So it's been awesome. Just picture me in many other cities, guys just like me, that entrepreneurs, self-starters, guys that are going to go out there and get it. And let me recheck that, guys and girls. A lot of our locations are female owned.
Oh, nice.
It's wild, you guys. I mean, we got so many radical people like running these Tap Truck locations and just straight up getting wild with it, going out, blowing up their city, getting our brand out there, just having a really good time doing it.
That's so cool. So when that happens, do they actually have to like find the trucks themselves, or do you like help them find one and get it going for them? How does it work?
Well, generally we will provide a truck for them. Sometimes a situation presents itself, like I'll use one of our locations as an example, Fresno, our Tap Truck SendCal, as we call it. I'm actually getting ready to make a story post. I got tagged by the Wedding Standard today.
Nice.
They were out at one of the events, and it's just a totally beautiful truck. Well, I just met Todd at a 40th birthday party up in Paso, and he approaches me as I'm working, and he said, "Hey, I have one of these trucks that belongs to my dad. It's sitting on the side of a barn right now. It hasn't moved in like a decade or two. I want to make the Tap Truck Fresno." And I said, "Well, call me, whenever this is, I'm working right now, but feel free to email me or reach out to me." Well, I woke up the next day, I have a message on Facebook. He's like, "Hey, I was serious." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let's sit down." Like within a week, I had that truck, being trailered to my house in Templeton, and we pulled it off the trailer, and we started restoring the truck. I mean, so he had the core of the truck. It just needed to be restored. We have all the resources for that, from body and paint to the mechanical stuff, outfitting it with all of our, all the interior hardware, and getting it all up and running. So it really depends. Some locations will just ship them a turnkey truck. We'll get them all, kickstarted with the marketing material that, we've already done events with the truck. It just totally depends on what, the situation is, but they're not required to buy one from us. Just as long as it fits our mold and our style and it's cohesive with our brand, then we'll absolutely work with them on getting it outfitted.
Dude, that's so cool. Speaking of like you said, your style. So how do you guys actually like find the cars and convert the trucks? Like, so what kind of style do you guys have? Like, what's your style?
Well, I mean, you tell me. When you look at our website or our trucks, like what does it scream to you guys?
Probably like vintage, cool style. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. We love vintage American classics, and that's it. We used to say, from 40s to 60s, but now we have to back it all the way down to 1929.
Dang.
We have an old, I think, a really old 1929 truck that has been parked in the beer garden at Fenway Park for the Boston Red Sox just last season. Nice. So we have some really cool trucks, you guys. Like, I mean, you'll see the Tap Truck, the typical panel, 1950, 1960. But now we have our latest models, like a 1972, like an old Helms bakery truck that you'd see riding around the neighborhoods, from what I hear. I don't know. You see photos and old posters and things like that. But so now we have to say from 1920s to 1970s. So it's just kind of been expanding when different opportunity presents itself. Different people will call us and say, "Hey, we have this truck sitting on our ranch. We'd love to see you guys turn it into a beer truck." So people are just calling us and emailing us, and it's almost one of those things where people will be like, wow, they're so rare. I bet they're hard to come by. Well, we've been stocking up on them. We have 5 or 6 being built in our shop right now down in San Diego. One of our partners heads that up, and he's just totally crushing it, you guys. I mean, he's got some really great trucks coming out, and we all put our brains together. We come together and talk about different styles and paint styles and wheels, tires, kind of that general setup, and then we just get to work on them.
Awesome. And speaking of the different colors, like, do couples ever like want a specific truck? Like they fall in love with one color, but it's not in slow. Like, are you able to work with them on that?
Yeah, you would really, being in the wedding industry, you would really think that would be like a common thing. Mm-hmm. And sometimes people will say, hey, I've seen the white one on your website. Well, sorry, that one's actually, or just ship that down to, New Orleans or wherever it's going. Sorry, but we do have an orange and white one. They're like, all right, we love that one too. Like they've never been like, well, we don't know if we want to have that one at our wedding. Nobody's ever actually said that. And usually people will still book, they love the trucks in general. So it's just one of those things. We could decorate the bar up and get it styled and everything like that to fit their styles. But generally people are pretty pumped just to be able to book us, because we only have 2 trucks on the Central Coast, and our dates fill up really fast. Especially our 2021 is filling up really fast. We're going to have to bring, with all the postponements and whatnot. Yeah. Gosh, it's going to be a really busy year.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So, what colors do you have in slow? I know the orange and white one. I'm not sure about the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have the orange and white one, the 65 Dodge, and then we just brought a couple more up from San Diego. We have a 1962 Dodge that's kind of a mint and cream one. If you scroll my Instagram, you'll see a photo of it. So it falls under the Instagram Tap Truck SB. So we are very it's Taylor Steers and I. He's actually one of the co-founders of Tap Truck. He moved back up to San Luis Obispo. So he was planning on running like Tap Truck Santa Barbara. Of course, I still am going to do my thing here in slow. Well, some opportunity presents itself up in the Northwest, and I'm deciding to go up there and kickstart a new location and get it up and running. So Taylor's going to just manage this entire Central Coast from San Luis Obispo to Santa Barbara.
Nice.
So he's going to do a really good job at it. And then I'll be back and forth, of course, kind of floating between the 2 markets, helping out with everything and bookings and managing it from, remotely. So
nice. So what kind of events do you usually do? I know mainly weddings, but I know you're also at seems like all kinds of events during the week too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not just weddings, you guys. Here in this area, of course, lots of weddings. We love corporate stuff. Corporate's huge. Our Orange County location, like that one's just humongous for corporate stuff. San Diego, LA. San Luis Obispo, the corporate market isn't as prime, of course, because we don't have a lot of larger corporations that are doing this kind of stuff. But I mean, we do also do that here as well. MindBody had us out for their quarterly parties, Ernie Ball, their employee appreciation parties and stuff like that. So, every market is completely different, you guys. Our East Coast, like I said, from the Fenway Park, San Diego, we're doing a lot of SDSU events at Qualcomm Stadium, beer festivals.
Nice.
There's just a wide variety of events that we do.
So cool. On your website, it mentioned that you've served up to 5,000 guests at once. I was curious about that. Do you have to have a bunch of trucks out there, or is it just the one truck?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a wild one. That was actually one of Tap Truck's first major events.
Dang.
It was Michigan. It was a Michigan State game at San Diego State University. And I want to try to dig up that archive of the YouTube video. It was bananas, you guys. We had 7 or 8 different bartenders out front, and just the amount of beer we were going through was insane. But yeah. So, I mean, generally we'll have a truck and a cold trailer nearby, and the same thing, imagine if you're going to the fair, you guys, they're pumping out so much beer. Well, there's somebody behind the scenes changing those kegs out as quick as they're going. You have ones being wheeled in and changed out. So, I mean, we're definitely able to keep up with that demand, even with just 1 or 2 trucks, you guys. I mean, beer we just keep those faucets open, and it's the cups are filling up, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. So I know you guys are mainly known for tap trucks as beer, but do you guys also do like full bartending other than beer, like bottles and whatnot?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it really depends on our location and what those owners of that location, are licensed to do or willing to do. It really varies from location to location.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the locations have licenses to serve that and sell that. Some of them just have a beer wine license. Every location is just a little bit different, so I can't speak for everybody. But we definitely love to do some bartending as well. I mean, all of our staff, we've worked our long nights bartending, since we were young. So it's always nice to be able to get in there and do that as well. And if we're not able to, we always work with other local vendors to bring that side of the party to them as well.
That's
So cool.
cool.
Yeah.
So do you provide like all the alcohol if the couple wants you to, or do you like just give them a shopping list, or how do you usually handle that?
Again, it totally depends on the location, on the venue, on the couple. But generally we are a full service company we're able to bring everything and take everything. We joke around. The only thing they have to do is write us a check. So
Yeah, that's cool. So do you
kind of take all the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you use like your own like go-to local stuff or whatever?
No, absolutely. Yeah, each location we try to stay as hyper local as possible, you guys. I mean,
nice.
Here in San Luis Obispo, I'm just constantly working with all the local breweries. We try to keep it hyper local as possible, unless the guest has like an absolute request that we have to have Sierra Nevada, or my dad won't show up to my own wedding unless there's Bud Light on draft. Then of course we're gonna do whatever it takes to get that from our distributor as well. Although we do like to use local high-end craft beer, here in San Luis Obispo, everything from Slow Brew to Central Coast Brewing, all the new and upcoming breweries as well, like Liquid Gravity, different ones that are popping up. We love to work with them. We love to support local, support small.
Mm-hmm.
And then we love to use the bigger guys like Firestone Walker. 805 is one of our biggest sellers. Kelly Squeeze from Slow Brew is humongous. The Lucky Day IPA from Central Coast Brewing. I mean, we just love working with all of these guys. Different cider shops, of course, as well. Bristol Cider. Excited to work with Slow, the new Slow Cider here in town. They opened up just as kind of COVID was hitting. So I'm excited to support those guys when the opportunity presents itself as well.
Mm-hmm. So many local places I didn't even know about.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've got a long list of everyone, and we try to include everybody. We have our favorites, of course, that are some of our top sellers, but we absolutely love to support everyone that we can when we're giving these offerings to our guests.
Dude, that's so cool. You guys are like brewmasters yourself. I don't know if you guys do already, but when do you guys making your own beer on tap?
Dang, that is a loaded question. I'm not going to get too. I'm not going to get too into it, because again, one of our specialty is that we are everybody's friend in the scene whenever it comes to everybody that's making stuff, and we provide a service that we're not competing with these breweries, so it's a very sweet spot. And when Corbin and Taylor actually came up with this entire idea, I mean, hey, a brewery sounds really fun and a really cool thing to start, but I mean, what we're doing is, it's a very niche service that we're providing. We're not competing with Firestone. We're not competing with Slow Brew and CCB. I mean, we're right there as their best friends, ready to sell their product and represent their taps on our handles that are going to be featured in photos and videos around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That's super cool. And I like that about you guys, that like you said yourself, you're in a sweet spot and you don't want to go, too far across or whatnot. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, not to say that we're not going to get creative and work with some of these breweries to have our own, specialty house beers that, we provide and stuff like that as well. So I think we're onto some really fun stuff, and we'll just kind of keep playing it by ear and having fun with it, of course. And it's all going to work out really good for us in that respect.
Definitely. Can guests self-serve the two, or are you guys just like, nah?
Yeah, definitely not. Don't get me wrong though. You'll see photos of brides and grooms back there with their pulling on the handle and everything, and it's a cute thing and it's fun. But that's something we take really serious is, just the responsibility side of it and making sure that, it's our licensed bartenders that are serving and having all of our ducks in a row on that end. So definitely not, but it's a fun idea, and we'll let somebody pull on the tap handle here and there just for kicks, and for a good photo for Instagram.
Definitely. That's so cool, dude. Yeah, I've seen those pictures, and I bet you the brides and grooms have a blast, being able to take a quick snap behind there with you guys.
Oh, they love it. They're like, let me get a boomerang. So,
yeah, for
all good. Do it for the gram. Do it for the gram, baby.
No kidding, dude. So for how long after launching Tap Trucks did you guys decide to add branches nationwide?
Okay, so like I said, once San Diego was in place, and we got that meeting set up to bring one here to the Central Coast. It was just a matter of, it happened very immediately. We popped up the one on the East Coast. Our partner set that up, and it literally just took off, honestly, like wildfire. We're setting up 5-6 new locations right now, as we speak. Those things are in motion. So, just picture this: when we put one in Austin, Texas, or when we put one in Houston, Texas, someone comes to an event, they see it, and it just multiplies like that. When you're popping one into a new region that it's never existed before. And then somebody, Google's beer truck, tap truck, and like, holy crap, these guys have them everywhere. Like, how can I do that? So they'll reach out to us, and then, we'll kind of hook them up and get everything going if they're a serious candidate, somebody that meshes well with our brand and our vision.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's so cool. You guys are pretty so unique. I don't even know if the market is even the competition for you guys is really tough here, because I think you guys are the only ones in our area.
Yeah, so far. There's, there's been other locations that other companies have popped in, and they've kind of, I think they'll kind of try the concept out for a little while, but there's a lot more to it than just popping some holes in the side of a truck and serving beer.
Yeah.
We work really hard on the business side of things, and, being legitimate and getting everything going. There's a lot of back end stuff. I'd say the easiest part of the whole gig is just getting out there and pouring beer and laughing and serving guests. That's the easy part of the whole thing. So there's a lot of back end work and dedication, and just getting your bookings up and getting everything going. So you'll see companies pop up and kind of come and go. We welcome it. We think it's a fun thing. There's a lot of business out there, of course. So, it's not a bad thing. Definitely cool either way.
Yeah, no kidding.
Speaking of the back end work that goes into it, do you have a business background or anything like that? Because it seems like you've, done a really good job at spreading a nationwide brand.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Well, I'm just one of the many people that are working on that. But personally, I just have a school of hard knocks, man. Just literally growing up with my blue collar father,
nice.
Teaching me, good work ethic and how to hustle and how to get everything going. I personally started mowing lawns when I was in 6th grade, going door to door. I saved up money for my first truck, sold that truck, fixed it up a little, did that 3 times before I got my driver's license. So, when I got my license at 16, I was able to have my dream truck. It's just all about, that drive. I know a lot of people that went to business school, but it is nice to learn that kind of stuff, but it's also, you gotta have the determination to really buckle down and see it through the hard times as well, because it's definitely not all rainbows and butterflies just right out the gate.
Yeah, no kidding. Hard work sure does pay off, and that's awesome.
Absolutely.
After all this tap talk, I think I'm going to grab a cold one and take a quick break.
You got it, baby. You got it.
Welcome back, guys. We're still here with Josh from Tap Trucks. So you guys recently, so you guys recently partnered up with something exciting to offer to weddings and all of your services. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah. So you've probably seen it on my Instagram and just heard about it or seen this around town. But we've been doing some. We kind of switch things up with coronavirus. With all the events getting shut down and whatnot. We weren't exactly able to go out and feed the crowd loads of alcohol. So we decided to do something. I actually took a night job working at Vons. As soon as Corona hit and the event started falling off, I decided to get creative, and myself and then a couple other bus who own businesses here in town. One of them being Julian Contreras, who owns Kin Coffee downtown, a little coffee bar. Super, super great freaking guy. Awesome. We're working the late nights together, the graveyard shift, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row. The grocery stores were getting hit so hard, you guys. And we were just, busy stocking the shelves and keeping everything going there, helping out, working long hours. And we're just kicking around different ideas. We're like, what can we do? Like, I have this like totally badass truck sitting in my driveway, like just sitting there. Like, there's got to be something we can do with it, right? Like, let's get creative. So Julian, he just says, hey, dude, let's fling some cold brew out of it. Let's switch over some systems. Him and I, we put our heads together and we just came up with this whole entire plan to start doing pop-ups around town, with my tap truck, using some products from his shop. And he started brewing his own cold brew. He gets his beans from a company called Cacti Coffee Roasters. If you guys look them up on Instagram, they're like super swag, super great beans, like really great product. So he just basically started brewing up his own batches of cold brew, using all my equipment and the different tanks and everything. So that was kind of like an idea was born there. We switched everything over to nitrogen. We did a Mother's Day pop-up that just like seriously took off. It was just crazy.
Nice.
We had all of our 6-foot markers we parked over at the All Louis store up on Palm, across from the Palm Theater. And we just did our first pop-up on Mother's Day, and we put out our 6-foot, duct tape on the ground, face mask, sanitizer. I mean, we did everything, by the book, and it was successful. People were loving it. We also brewed up our own, we started, testing different ideas. So we did a strawberry lemonade Arnold Palmer. We worked with Wellbird Kombucha to put some of their kegs on our truck as well. We're giving out, pints of kombucha to essential workers for free, just different promo stuff, just honestly to stay connected to the community. It was like feeling really freaking weird to just not do what you feel like you're born to do, right?
Yeah,
like serving people and being out there. Working the graveyard shift at the grocery store just wasn't cutting it for me. So, we just decided to do that, and it really took off, and it was a really fun time. So yeah, that's pretty much how that started. And then it kind of rolled into this thing that you guys have probably heard about, Slow Cruise Night. Every Thursday night, it was just like a social distancing idea that, some other friends of ours kind of recreated from the past. It used to be a thing back in the day, from what I hear, before farmers market Thursday nights, people would just take their cars and cruise around downtown. So we started doing that. We set up our booth, set up the bar. And we're just playing in cold brew coffees, Arnold Palmer's, Wellbird Kombucha, just getting creative with it and having a really fun time. And people just love it. I mean, the fact that they see the tap truck, they run over to it. They're like, oh my God, beer.
Yeah.
Like, no, actually. But I mean, you had one or two people, they're like, oh, never mind. We're going to walk away now. But honestly, people were just so excited to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So, get a coffee from us. The coffee is superior quality. Really great, our different almond milks and oat milks and vanilla syrups, lavenders. I mean, it's the real deal. And if you refer to our Instagram, you can scroll down and see what that setup looks like, what it looks like. There's a video of us out there, made by some friends of mine. And it was just a really, really good time, especially during this dark, like COVID era when everyone was just like, gosh, this totally sucks. Right. So, super cool, super fun time, great people. I mean, it was just all about the community and just coming together to kind of make each other feel alive again, really.
Yeah, that's so cool that you can serve like anything out of your trucks. Is this something that you're going to be offering?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Is this something you're going to be offering for weddings too?
100%. Yeah, this is a whole new, this is an entire new thing here. I mean, we're really going to be pushing this. We're already getting people inquiring, about different things they want to do on tap. And to be honest, some of our locations, they're kind of already doing this pre-COVID. They're doing margaritas on tap, Bloody Marys on tap. Just again, referring back to what locations are licensed to do what. But yeah, that ability has always been there. But honestly, in our market, there was never really a need to do anything like that because we just did one thing really freaking great. But now, like seeing the other potential that's out there, It's just opening up an entire new world of possibilities for our company and our brand as well. You know, getting out there and doing root beer on draft for kids parties, for, you know, I mean, picture seeing a tap truck at a, you know, at churches doing cold brew coffee, you know, on Easter Sunday, things like that. So there's a lot of really cool opportunity for us.
Dude, that's so cool to even think about that. You guys were just, if it wasn't for COVID, this idea probably wouldn't have been born, like this coffee and kombucha truck.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely not to the level it's becoming. That's for sure. I mean, to be able to park our truck out on a corner, you know, every Tuesday for a pop-up. I mean, those are the types of things that we're looking forward to the future doing, you know, having like a set spot where we're able to pull up and park and people know where we're at. They can follow us on Instagram and see where, you know, where's Tap Truck today? You know, I got to get my coffee fix, or, you know, we're all heading to the beach. Let's grab our drinks on the way out, you know, non-alcoholic drinks, of course.
Yeah. That's dope. And that's one thing about COVID. Like, people were all bummed about COVID, but it's really pushing entrepreneurs like to think way outside their box to try to get some kind of income in. And I feel like, you know, like,
yeah,
dude,
that's
awesome.
Yeah, honestly. Absolutely. Yeah. That's something that I've just witnessed, like so many of different creative minds like that I'm surrounded by. And I mean, it gives me the chills. Like, seriously, people just really like been able to come together and like think of different ways to expand their businesses and just get creative. And, you know, I feel like people that are very closed-minded, like, no, I can't do this, I just have to be this way, like very cookie cutter. I feel like it's going to be hard for them to make it like in the future, you know, because things like this, you got to be able to just kind of roll with the punches and just keep everything in motion.
Definitely. So how does it work for events? Say someone wants coffee and the beer, would like two cars show up, or do you do like one tap coffee and kombucha and then one tap beer?
Yeah, we could just definitely do it with the one truck. I mean, we have 5 different taps usually on our truck. So, you know, we could just imagine this one tap having some Chardonnay or Rosé from Halter Ranch or Telosa flowing out of it. You know, the next tap down, we have an 805 or, you know, a CCB or Tally Squeeze coming off of that one. We can throw root beer onto the kids. We can throw a cold brew coffee for the other, you know. So having like a really cool assortment of beverages like that, I mean, that's just the entire idea of what we do.
Awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. So this will this will be a service for weddings too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah. 100%. It has to be moving forward. You know, especially offering that to our guests. I mean, I think they're going to be thrilled about it, because there's been a lot of weddings that I show up to, and obviously they have their coffee bar over here, they have this over here, but it's nice to be able to condense that and have everything right there ready to rock and roll. And again, it's about taking a little bit of that guesswork out of the. I mean, bride and groom has a lot going on, as you guys know. I mean, there's there's so many moving parts there. So that's something that we're really starting to do as well. I mean, bringing the non-alcoholic sodas and waters as well now, instead of just the alcohol.
No kidding, man. So, dude, this is heartbreaking, man. We got Josh leaving to Washington. Like,
oh no,
no, Slow's gonna be broken.
I'm literally pacing around my apartment right now. I'm about to cry. I'm gonna miss this place so much. I'm serious. This is my very first summer away from San Luis Obispo since I moved here nearly 10 years ago, you guys. Like, wow. I am an emotional roller coaster. I'm just like, but I just keep reminding myself that this is going to be a really fun adventure, you guys.
Yeah.
The Pacific Northwest is beautiful. I've been up there so many times, and summertime is really nice. I mean, you got the long nights and everything's just beautiful up there. Really cool cities. I'm actually going to be located in Bellingham, Washington, which is about an hour 40 north of Seattle. It can be compared to a city very much like San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to it, but I'm going to miss you guys.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. You. Washington's definitely going to get an awesome dude in their area. So lucky them.
Dude, I appreciate that, you guys. And I'll be back and forth, to be honest. Yeah. Taylor Sears is going to be running Tap Truck Slow all the way down to Santa Barbara. He's going to do a phenomenal job. The guy is just an absolute beast. He really chartered out the entire city of San Diego and surrounding, and he's just done a phenomenal job. So bringing in a couple new trucks to San Luis Obispo, you guys aren't going to see my orange and white one around town as much, but just look for those vintage trucks with a tap truck, on the door, and that's us. So we'll definitely be cruising all around town, from Paso to Santa Barbara. So,
dude, that's awesome, man. Before we let you go, if you had any like advice for anyone that's interested in starting a Tap Trucks in their area, what would it be?
Dude, honestly, just go onto our website, fill out the contact us form, just give us a little bit of information about you. We definitely love working with people. We love helping out people start their own. I mean, really, we've had people call us and say, hey, look, we don't want to do a tap truck out here. We want to do this. And they give us an idea. Well, you know what? How about we just consult you on helping you start up something similar?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be offended if you have a different vision in mind. It's all about the community. It's all about helping other people, of course, with a little payday on the back end for myself.
Yeah.
But definitely reach out to us. And if we don't have a tap truck in that specific area, we would love to work towards getting one in there. There's just a few little steps to go through to sit down and actually have that conversation with us. But we absolutely love having that with people. And that's what we do almost every single day. We're getting hits from people all across the United States. And with all of our marketing that we've been doing and all the online stuff, it's really been helping us out a lot. So,
dude, that's so cool. And lastly, man, where can everyone find the amazing Tap Trucks?
Well, like website, Instagram?
Yeah, all that.
Okay, so here locally, you can go to taptruckcentralcoast.com, Tap Truck Slow on Instagram. If you guys are interested in seeing like our nationwide fleet of vehicles, which I'm sure you're going to be, you can easily go to taptruckusa.com, or you can go onto the Instagram taptruckusa. And also, I want all my local peeps keeping up with me. So just Tap Truck Bellingham. You just type it in there, it'll pop up. Tap Truck Bellingham. That's where the famous orange and white truck is getting towed up tomorrow. Take off really early in the morning with that thing behind me. I'm going to take it up there and kind of show Bellingham how we do it the Central Coast way.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Dude, Josh, man, thank you so much for being on our show. This is a blast. We're definitely going to miss you, man.
Yeah,
such a pleasure.
Yeah, we're definitely going to miss you.
Such a pleasure, guys. Sorry it took so long to get on a call with you guys, but man, I really appreciate your patience. Your guys' podcasts are awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'm sad I'm not going to see you this wedding season, but good time.
No kidding, man. And thanks again. And I know Washington's definitely going to have an awesome dude, and safe travels, man.
Absolutely. See you guys. Cheers.
Man, what a great interview. Josh is the man. And it was really cool to hear about how Tap Trucks started from a small San Diego company into a nationwide deal.
Seriously, yeah, Tap Trucks is such an awesome idea. It's so unique and always a hit. I mean, obviously in any state, no matter where you are. And it was cool hearing the backstory and all of the exciting things that they're adding in soon.
Definitely. And Josh, you are going to be missed here in the SLO County area, but I'm pretty sure we'll see your face again. As always, guys, thanks again for tuning in to the Wedding Vendors Happy Hour. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to hear from some more amazing wedding professionals. Till then, we'll catch you on episode number 20.